Okay, peer-to-peer lending is increasingly a popular investment all around the world, especially in a zero interest rate environment. And I'm going to talk today about some of the positives and negatives about peer-to-peer lending. Now, some of the main positives about peer-to-peer lending is you can do it very cheaply, right? You can invest often $100, $200, $500 or whatever. There's a low starting point and you can do it relatively cheaply. Likewise, you can reduce your risk by buying 20, 30, 40 notes or whatever you want to call them, debt obligations. And also, in addition to that, you're highly likely to beat the bank rate, at least in developed countries, because let's face it, banks are paying like 0 to 1% in most developed countries right now. But the negatives are this: you're taking a high risk, given that markets tend to outperform peer-to-peer lending. In other words, with peer-to-peer lending, a lot of the websites are offering 6 or 7%, but you're taking quite a big risk for that 6 or 7% compared to other types of investments. In addition to that, think about it like this, right? Imagine one of your friends. Now, let's say that friend is not creditworthy. In other words, we all have a friend like that, the kind of person who isn't good with money, who's often asking you at the end of the night, can you give me more money to buy another drink or another coffee or whatever? Would you feel safe investing money in that person, even if he or she's going to pay you 12% or 15% per year? Probably not. You're going to know that they're high risk. That doesn't mean they're going to default, but they are high risk. So the people who are on these websites are often not considered creditworthy by the banks. Now, that's fine, right? But you have to realize you are taking a bigger risk and you're not likely to get 15 or 20% a year. So those are really the big negatives. And you have to consider whether it's really worth it. I mean, the UK regulators have come up with some new regulations now that you can only invest about 10% of your assets in peer-to-peer lending. Now, don't get me wrong, that's very hard to enforce. But the reason why the regulators have done that is they know it's a high-risk investment. And for those of you who are interested, I have put something below which kind of goes through this in more detail in an article form, which really answers some of the frequently asked questions many people ask. Okay, everyone, have a good day.